the presentation of colors, followed by Senior Marilyn Gonzalez as she will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and Senior Brenda Medeiros as she will sing our national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose by stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
For time colors, you may be seated.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez, Ms. Medeiros, and the City of Hialeah Cadets. At this time, I would like to call to the podium the man who was entrusted with the responsibility of making our school a reality 10 years ago, and who has been successful in transforming this vision into a beacon of hope for the youth of our community, Principal Carlos O. Alvarez.
Good morning, faculty, staff, parents, community leaders, and most importantly, importantly, HGA students. On behalf of City Hialeah Educational Academy, I would like to extend my warm gratitude for attending and participating in this grand celebration of the graduation of the class of 2018 and celebrating 10 years of our Academy Model School. I'm honored and humbled to be joined by so many influential and optimistic community leaders this morning, educators and heroes as well. I would like to welcome and thank the following individuals for joining us today. The Honorable State Representative Manny Diaz Jr. A big brother, thank you for your endless support and believing in the vision of Hialeah and how phenomenal our model is. Again, thank you for your countless hours of work at the state in positioning our school to continue to expand, and now on our third, but not final phase. The Honorable Mayor Hernandez. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. For believing that education is the forefront of this community in Hialeah. Had the honor of joining you and the city council members these past years in Tallahassee and advocate to state representatives, state senators, and legislators about why there is a dire need to expand our school and its academy models. That vision, that mission is a reality to all our parents and all our students. Our extremely supportive council members that dare to dream big for the better of the students in our community and collaborate and gather information on new educational initiatives. Council President Vivian Casal Munoz, Councilmember Paul Hernandez, Councilmember Carl Zogby, our academic family, President Fernando Zuleta, Vice President Maggie Fresson, Victor Barroso, who have always entrusted in us. You encourage us, you trust us, you guys continue leading charter schools with innovative approaches, academic rigor, relevance, and building relationships both inside and outside the classrooms. And empowering our parents, all of you that are here today, to have choice in your child's education. The individuals that protect us are first responders and the true heroes of this community. The command staff of the City Hialeah Fire Department, Fire Chief Patrick Flynn, Rescue Chief Emmanuel Lewis, Training and extremely supportive Chief Scott Disbrow, Fire Marshal Chief Frank Gagliano, the Command Staff of the Hialeah Police Department, Major George Fuente, Commander Rudy Bello, Officer Orlando Mesa, Officer Michael Rosengaus, Officer Felix Delgado, our academic colleagues that are extremely supportive with our schools day in and day out. Julio Rovaina. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity to begin to lead this unique experiment 10 years ago. I remember when I was a kid in my grandfather's backyard as we gathered. a group of supporters in Hialeah for your elected seat to be. I remember when you were mayor, how you blocked off an entire afternoon of your calendar to sit in the front porch with my grandparents, to sit with my grandmother when she was in the last days of her life. My grandparents, you, I, and the rest of these stakeholders here know that this no longer is an experiment, but still unique, and one of the most successful models of charter schools in this county, state, and great nation. I am beyond blessed to continue this vision with you for other states and other cities in the United States to come. Our amazing leadership team, our faculty, that pour their hearts into educating our students and believe in what we do. You all spread out everywhere, in the front rows, in the back seats, in the front rows. You exemplify to our students what the possibilities are with an education. You build relationships that come from your heart. You push our students to exercise their mindsets and step out of their comfort zone so they can reach their optimal potential. Every graduating class is unique and are different from each other. This class came in engaged and eager and determined 4 years ago. The school had just earned its 4th consecutive A. The standard was set. With this class of 2018, what they managed to do is take it to another level and surpass the other cohort of students earning associates in arts degree from Miami-Dade College and pushing it from 8 to 13. Our first 3 students as well earning their associate's degree from Doral College. The irony of all this is that we attended their college graduation before their high school graduation. Will the 13 dual degree graduates please stand up to be acknowledged? Thank you. They were also responsible for placing HEA on the national map by earning our school national recognition. Yes, sir, national recognition, once again by being recognized by the Washington Post as one of the most academically challenging schools in America and receiving consecutive, I'm not saying back-to-back, consecutive, for years, U.S. News World Report, Best High Schools in America. And it doesn't stop there. With our dual enrollment programs in Miami-Dade, we partnered up with Florida International University, Doral College, as mentioned before, St. Thomas University. Thanks to their leadership and pursuit of academic excellence, our dual enrollment classes have been filled to capacity every semester. And I truly believe that you lead by example. And the example that you have set for this entire school is unparalleled. Class of 2018. I'll leave you with this. Honor. Be honest, be kind, be honorable, and always be awesome. Respect. If people respect you, respect them back. If they don't respect you, you still respect them back. Because they represent their ideology and you represent yours. Loyalty. Loyalty is what makes us trust. Trust is what makes us stay. Stay is what makes us love. And love is what gives us hope. I want you to remember, all 137 of you. This will never ever, ever be a goodbye. On the contrary, this will always, always, always be, I'll see you later. And remember this, once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. Congratulations to the class of 2018. We love you all. And now it's my honor to bring up the Honorable Mayor of the City of Hialeah, Mayor Carlos Hernandez.
Good morning. Buenos días a todos de la ciudad de Hialeah. Aunque estamos un poquito al norte, pero el sabor de Hialeah está aquí. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Principal Alvarez, your staff, your teachers, the great law enforcement officer are part of this school, police department, the staff that is there for this incredible school. And it is an honor to be here today on the 10th anniversary of this incredible school, this experiment that started 10 years ago. And what I do find very interesting every year is that, and this is for the class of 2018, every year the standard is raised by your previous class. And somehow, I don't know how, every year you reach higher and higher goals. And that has been no different this year. So congratulations, class of 2018. You're the best class ever. I'm gonna give a very short
That's how you
speech.
set up my graduation.
Today, you took one of the major steps in life. There's like 3 or 4. This is the first one. The next one is what you do from here on in the next couple of years. You've had the opportunity to go to a place where you have an advantage on most others. Because not everybody gets the type of education you just got. Take advantage of that. You're ahead of the game. Don't fall behind. You're not going to have your mom, your dad, your grandmother tell you to go to school. You're not going to have teachers really caring too much about you. It's about you now, but you build that foundation. You can be anything you want to be, but there's a price to pay. You only have a few years to do that. Because you want to have a career of your dreams, be a doctor, a police officer, a firefighter, a teacher, whatever it is. But you've had that basic foundation thanks to all these people, including your parents, your grandparents. Take advantage of that. Make us proud, like I always say. Go wherever you have to go, but do me a favor. Some of them will not come back to Hialeah because you're the leaders of this great, incredible city, which is one of the most important cities in this state. We need you back in our city. So Hialeah to continue. And one day maybe you'll be sitting here with us, or here, well, we won't be here anymore, but you'll be sitting here. Hopefully you'll be here. But you will be the ones talking to classes in the future. A los padres, gracias a ustedes porque sabemos que, aunque esta escuela es un lugar muy especial, se necesita más que una escuela y más que un gobierno para tener este tipo de educación y este tipo de nivel que tenemos en esta clase hoy. Así que gracias a los padres, a los abuelos, porque sin ustedes esto no es posible. Y yo creo que más ellos están contentos hoy, pero yo creo que ustedes entienden más lo que está ocurriendo hoy que ellos mismos. Y como le dije a ellos, han tenido la oportunidad de tener una educación en un lugar muy especial que muchas otras personas no han podido tener. Que hoy es el primer día que usen esa plataforma para llegar a los sueños que tienen. Y eso en los próximos años. Y ahora no van a tener ustedes, los padres, los abuelos que digan vete a la escuela, ni van a tener profesores diciendo no, tienen que coger esto. Ahora tienen que salir de adentro. So que no pierdan lo que aprendieron aquí para llegar a los niveles. Y lo terminé diciendo para los que no me entendieron, que vayan a buscar su educación a todos los lugares, pero que regresen a la ciudad de Hialeah, que es la ciudad de ellos. Para que nos cuiden a todos nosotros. Les voy a pedir perdón porque tengo una reunión importante en la ciudad, pero tenía que venir aquí a Miramar para felicitarlos a todos y para tener el honor de presentar la próxima persona que va a hablar, que todos conocemos como nuestro exalcalde Julio Robaina. There are, and I spoke to my private about this, when you're a mayor of a city, especially such as Hialeah, you do so many things day in and day out. You solve so many problems day in and day out. But it's almost like you solve 50 problems and then you have another 50 the next day. But rarely do you get to build something that is going to survive you and for the rest of your life. And there's something you can look and say, my God, my idea, something that I did, brought this to what it is. And he was the one who had this idea. He was the one who fought for this, to bring those funds to build the first of the 3 buildings and the final building, Mr. Alvarez, for Hialeah Education Academy. It was his vision, his dream, to build something special. Now his original dream, and I'll let him talk about it, was not what is here. It's not what is here. The experiment blew up and it's so much bigger and larger than what anybody could ever imagine. But for me, personally, it was great to be part of his team when this occurred. And today, 10 years later, to be here, to see what is happening, it's almost a miracle. So hoy tengo el honor para presentar a la próxima persona que va a hablar aquí, que es nuestro exalcalde Julio Robaina, que fue la persona que tuvo esta visión. Y hemos hablado muchas veces de cuando uno es alcalde, especialmente en una ciudad grande, uno se pasa todo el tiempo solucionando problemas. Soluciona 50 problemas y el próximo día tiene 75 problemas. Pero muy pocas veces tenemos la oportunidad de verdad dejar nuestras huellas en una ciudad. Y esta escuela, este sueño, esta visión que tuvo Julio, es la huella que siempre va a tener aquí en la ciudad de Hialeah. Pasen los años, pase lo que no pase, porque creo que fue el logro más grande que pudo tener y se puede tener. Algo que duró mucho más que uno. Y ese sueño, aunque, y no voy a dejar que hable, fue un poco distinto porque este experimento creció mucho más de lo que pensábamos. Es algo muy especial. Para mí es un honor estar aquí este 10º año de esta gran institución y tener el honor de presentar a la persona que va a dar su mensaje, a la persona que es responsable por esta escuela, el alcalde Julio Robaina.
Gracias, alcalde. Buenos días. Good morning, Mr. Mayor, council members, state representative, the men and women of the Hialeah Police and Fire Department, teachers, Principal Alvarez, and your administrative team. This is the most anticipated speech that I've ever prepared for. About 3 years ago, Principal Alvarez said to me, you know, the 10-year anniversary is 3 years away. I said, okay, great. He said, I need you to be the speaker there. I said, you know, let somebody else speak, let the kids speak, let somebody else stand up here and address. He goes, no, I want you to do it. And then there was something about hit the turbo button and the power, and I think he did 10 push-ups. So I've been preparing, and every time he sees me, he says, are you getting ready? ¿Te estás preparando? Le dije, I'm going to tell a little bit about why we did this. I'm going to touch on why it happened.
But the reality is that it's about these 137 students that have performed. No one gave it to them. They did it. Give it up for the class of 2018. I hate being behind a podium. So, about 12, 13 years ago, 12, 13 años atrás, we get elected to mayor of the city of Hialeah. And we were looking at the graduation rates at that time. I'm sad to say, thank you. Now we're talking. And we're looking at the graduation rates of the high schools at that moment in the entire city of Hialeah and the surrounding communities. When I talk about Hialeah, Cohia, I know that I met some of the graduates at the Founders Dinner the other night, and some live in Miami Lakes, and some live in Country Club Miami, and some live in Hialeah Gardens, our sister city, and obviously a lot of them live in the city of Hialeah. So when I talk about our community, I'm talking about everywhere. And the graduation rates in the city of Hialeah at that time were in the 60s. Solamente 62-63% de los estudiantes en ese momento, hace 12, 13 años en la ciudad de Hialeah, estaban terminando la secundaria. And everybody was saying, hey, 62%, 63%, that's great. My question was, what's happening to the other 38%? Why aren't they getting the opportunity to succeed? And all I heard were excuses. Todo lo que escuchamos eran excusas y me estaban diciendo por qué no se podía hacer, por qué no podemos llegar a 100, por qué no podemos llegar a 90 y pico, por qué. Y cada vez que me traía un problema decía, dame la solución. Give me the solution of why we can't get up to 100% graduation. Why can't we be in the 90s? Why would the kids from this community, from the city of Hialeah, deserve any less? They don't. And so we set our minds to making it happen. And I can tell you that, and thank you, Mayor Hernandez, but it wasn't by myself. There was the support, number one, of this community, of a great city council that had the vision, state representatives and senators and governor. And if you ever want to hear a cool story, ask me why the first phase, hágame la pregunta por qué la primera fase se llama Jeb Bush Building. Why the first phase is Jeb Bush Building. And Mayor, here we got to talk about how we named Phase 2 and Phase 3. But I got a couple ideas. There's a great man, who was a great businessman in this community, a great leader, by the name of Luiguez, Mr. Alvarez's grandfather. Maybe we need to talk about that. So, we came back, and we fought, and we did it, and there was a lot of people involved. But it wasn't about the adults in the room. It was never about the adults. It was always about the students. And you know what, Mayor, you're right. They took it from where I thought, and they just soared. Let me share with you. First class graduated from Cohia was 2011. 91% of the students graduated. 2012, 97%. 2013, 94%. 2015, 96%. Last year, 96.7%. This year, this class, 98%. that a problem doesn't have a solution. And that is what you have been taught. That's what you have taken on. And that is why you are here today. Because all of you have a story to tell. All of you could probably say why you probably might not have been here graduating today if it wasn't for Cohia. No ifs or buts about it. I know about everybody. Councilwoman, how are you? I know everybody on this stage pretty much, and know their stories and know their background. And I can guarantee you that if we went through each one of the stories, there's a story why maybe they should not have been here. So I know that whether it was a family issue, a personal issue, a financial issue, there was something, there was a challenge. But you have overcome it. And so the vision of the school, and both Principal Alvarez and Mayor Hernandez have touched on it, was to create options, to create lanes, to create an ability for you to choose a career track, an industry certification, so that you would come back and serve your community. Police officers, firefighters, nurses, doctors, business owners. And that you would have the tools in your hand to be able to do it. Because a lot of you are leaving here with a certification to an entry-level job to be able to continue to grow, whether you choose to go to college or you choose to keep on getting certifications, but you have the base that no one can ever take away from you. And if we're going to break the cycle of our communities, if we want to lower crime rate, if we want to have better citizens, if we want to have economic development, it starts with a brighter future for each and every one of you. So the mentors that are here today, the ones who on their own have taken and been the mentors for each and every one of you, are extremely proud. But I can also tell you that they have gotten more from you than you have gotten from them. Because you have empowered them to continue to give back to their community and continue to prosper and to move forward. I asked and wanted to get, because part of the vision was putting these young men and women on those tracks. So I looked at some of the past graduates. From the class of 2012, Vilma Salaman, she's an Army medic right now. Eddie Ramos, Miami-Dade County Fire Rescue. Brian Fernandez, Miami-Dade County Police Department. Class of 2012, Amelia Velasco is a dentist. Class of 2013, Elisa de la Monada, recreational therapist and sports management. Stephanie Jimenez, registered nurse. Eric Velez, State of Hialeah Police Department. Ari Nelson, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. Class of 2014, I wasn't going to do the firefighters out. Jonathan Compagnani, City of Hialeah Fire Department. Class of 2016, Melissa Salgado is a legal assistant at a law firm and is going to begin law school pretty soon. So, think about that. I'm sure, and I haven't seen him today, but I'm sure that she was under Cesar Mestre's track, in the law track. She got a taste of it, and she says, I want to continue. She has a job. as a legal assistant, so I'm sure without knowing her that she is helping herself so she can pay for school. That's what the dream was about. That's what the vision was about. You heard Principal Alvarez talk about the class of 2017. 8 associate's degree from Miami-Dade Community College. We heard that the class of 2018, 13 students from Miami-Dade Community College already have their associate's degree, and 3 from Doral College. You guys are setting the bar higher and higher every time. You have the preparation. You have the basis to continue to succeed. There's going to be troubled waters. There's going to be curvy roads. There's going to be issues. But because you are prepared, when you're knocked down, and you will be knocked down, there's not anyone in here that will tell you that they haven't been knocked down. Your preparation and your dedication will make you get up quicker and stronger than ever. Quicker and stronger and focused, not on the problem, on the solution. As I have met with many of CEOs and business owners, many people that many of you might be applying for jobs for pretty soon, the one thing that they always ask for, and the one thing that they ask me, can we see if we can establish more of this in our schools, is to have good critical thinkers. People who walk into tough situations and can solve. People that can walk into a room and find that solution. I have no doubt in my mind, no tengo ninguna duda en mi mente, that these are the next leaders of this community. Estos son los próximos líderes de esta comunidad. Tengo que practicar español un poquito más. Hace 7 años que no tengo que dar un discurso, so estoy bien. Pero no tengo duda ninguna que están preparados, que nadie le ha dado, ellos se lo merecen porque se lo han ganado. Y están preparados para la próxima fase de su vida. I leave you with a challenge. With a great challenge. Every day that you get up with the intention of doing something good. Get up with a positive attitude to do something good for the people that surround you and for your community. Every night, reflect that you've done something good and you've impacted somebody's life. You will not have a more beautiful life if you take those principles on. God bless you, and congratulations, class of 2018. I want to take one moment of personal privilege. I want to thank my academic family who is here. A lot of them are here for being a catalyst to this school 11 years ago. If they would have let me do what I wanted to do at that moment, it wouldn't have been this successful. And so a lot of them are here in the room today, and I thank them for their guidance, and I thank them for being part of a great team that is changing education across the whole United States and the world. So thank you, Victor. Thank you, all my academic family. Finalmente, gracias a todos ustedes, los padres, los abuelos, los hermanos, las hermanas, los tíos, las tías, los primos, estamos en Hialeah. Todo el mundo es un primo. Todo el mundo. Gracias a ustedes por tener la confianza en esta escuela y en esta comunidad, en este gobierno que ha seguido llevando a cabo las diferentes fases de esta escuela. Al representante Manny Díaz, por ser la persona en Tallahassee que ha luchado para buscar los fondos para que esta escuela pudiera seguir creciendo. El alcalde Hernández y el consejo por no matar un proyecto, pero decir, es un proyecto bueno, eso es lo que la comunidad necesita y vamos a seguir expandiéndolo y trabajando para que crezca. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. Preacher Roberts, when's the next time that I get to speak at a graduation? So I can start preparing. Okay. Muchas gracias, que Dios lo bendiga. God bless. Thank you.
I'll take a quick different spin on this. On behalf of City Hialeah Educational Academy, Mayor Hernandez, I want to call you up to the podium real quick. As a token of our appreciation, I want to thank you for your belief in us, for your belief in all 137 kids, all 7 graduating class, and 10 years of academic excellence. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mayor Julio Roaina, your recognition and appreciation for being the founder and ardent supporter of Hialeah. Academico, Fernandez Zulueta, Maggie Zulueta, Victor Arroso, come on down in recognition and appreciation for your continued support for local Hialeah and other choice charter schools. Current state representative, but future state senator, Manny Diaz Jr., and I'm declaring it a recognition and appreciation for your continued efforts in the support of Hialeah, and not only 1, 2, and phase 3, but phase 4 to come.
Thank you, Principal Alvarez. As you look at these 137 radiant graduates, I want you to know that they have overcome countless obstacles to be able to be here today. There are 3 speakers who will speak on behalf of the graduating class. And at this time, I would like to call the first of those speakers, none other than Student Government Association President, Jonathan Fernandez.
Good afternoon, parents, faculty, administration, esteemed guests, and most importantly, the class of 2018. It is an honor to be addressing this audience. Can you believe it? It all went by so fast. 4 years of our lives, waking up at 6 in the morning to spend 8 hours each day learning and experiencing together. It seemed like only yesterday, it was the first day of freshman year. A new place, new people, and a new routine. At first, things seemed pretty intimidating, but then the days go by, one, as we look back on them and start the next chapter. From being a part of the first class of 8th graders to walk the halls of HEA, to the intense PT and fire, and to witnessing the opening of the second building phase of HEA. Many of us have seen it all. The transformation HEA has gone through to go above and beyond while envisioning a better future for their students. Today is the day that for some has come at a dreading slow pace, while for others it flew by in the blink of an eye. As I look over at the class of 2018, I see many different and conflicting emotions. First, I see many faces of happiness and accomplishment. My peers and I have put much effort these past 4 years into being able to earn the right to stand here today. Don't get me wrong, it was by no means easy, and there were many times when I thought I wouldn't reach the finish line. But those struggles have only made this moment even sweeter. With the snap of a finger, the days flew by and the countdown got shorter. Well, today, that countdown is over. How do we measure the time we spent in high school? In the beginning, we measured it in class periods, counting down the days to eventual freedom. As the days and weeks passed, we measured it in semesters and later in years. As we moved from being those clueless freshmen to being sophisticated sophomores who thought they had it all figured out. By the time we reached our junior year, we were confident that we were prepared to take over for the graduating seniors, and we couldn't wait to rule the school. And now, here we stand. Our rule is over, and it's up to the next class to step into our shoes and take over and continue the legacy of excellence. I know that as I look out at all of you, I will measure my time here in a much different way. I will measure in all the friendships I've enjoyed these last 4 years. Some were pretty casual, and some will be friends forever. But I'll remember each of you fondly, as I'm sure you will too. And when our high school memories begin to fade, that's how we'll ultimately measure the time we spent here. Not in periods, semesters, or years, but in the friendships that we made and the times we shared together. The end of this journey signifies the start of a brand new one. As I leave behind the warmth and comfort that I have experienced at HEA to enter a vastly new and quite frightening terrain, I can only think of the future HEA has bestowed and prepared me for. This graduation has already shown us how capable we are of accomplishing our goals when we commit ourselves to them. I hope all of us here today can take this personal accomplishment as an example of how anything is truly possible when we put our minds to it. As we all continue on in our lives, let us take each new problem on with confidence, knowing that we have achieved great heights and are equipped with the necessary tools to tackle our futures. Thank you to our loved ones in the audience, because without them, this journey would have never been possible. Seniors, let's stand and give them a round of applause. Finally, I would like to give a special thanks to 2 people for impacting not only my high school career, but many others as well. Ms. Walsh and Ms. Kay Gonzalez. Thank you for guiding me towards the right path and making each and every day brighter. I will always be indebted to the both of you. I remember seeing
Wow, that was only the first one. The class of 2018 definitely has a lot of things to be thankful for. And with a speech of gratitude, please welcome Ms. Katie Alfonso. She is our top academic scholar, and she is a Miami-Dade College graduate.
Good afternoon, family members, faculty, administration, and special guests. It is an honor to be part of this celebration, the 2018 graduation at City of Hialeah Educational Academy. I am grateful for this opportunity because I get to share our emotions as we close this chapter of our lives. We have all accomplished one of the major milestones, high school. It is an essential step, one that should be recognized for its immense significance. We all worked hard to get to this day, and our efforts did not go to waste. Parents, you probably wonder where all these years have gone as you marvel at your sons and daughters' accomplishments. It does not seem that long ago when these young adults we honor today were off to start kindergarten. I know that I speak for everyone else when I say thank you to all the parents and family members that have guided and helped us reach this moment. We could not be more grateful that you never gave up on us, for all the advice and for pushing us to strive for greatness. Faculty, we want to thank you for the knowledge you imparted to us, the patience, the hard work, and kindness. Not only have you taught us the required school materials, you have also taught us important life lessons that we have used beyond the classroom. Teachers like Mr. Leon have gone above and beyond to help us get to where we are right now, working very hard without taking into consideration the little compensation that you receive just to give us the hope of a better future. As we start this new stage, the class of 2018 is thankful for the impact that you teachers have had in our lives since our very first day of school. Administration, we are so thankful for your guidance throughout these years. You have helped us accomplish the first step to a successful future. We are all grateful for the things you do for us every day, for making time to help us with personal tasks and making sure that we are all set to begin building our future. A special thanks to our principal, Mr. Alvarez, for his undying dedication for this school and the class of 2018. You have done remarkable things in our school and cared for every student in a way no other principal has. And for that, we thank you. And to our counselors, thank you for always believing that we can do better, expanding our potentials and supporting our aspirations. This journey would not have been accomplished without our friends, who help us push through the difficult times in school. Although we know that after high school our lives will completely change, and we might not see each other as often, we will cherish our memories together like prom, birthday parties, grad bash, and even something as simple as the first day of senior year. Thank you for being our support systems, our encouragements, and our partners in crime. Finally, to all the graduates present with whom I've shared many memories with, congratulations for successfully completing these last 4 years. I look around today and all I see are proud faces because we have the potential for greatness. I know that in this room we have future engineers, lawyers, firefighters, policemen, pharmacists, among many other successful professions. This is the class of 2018, the largest class of graduating students at City of Hialeah Educational Academy. And today, we leave our mark in HEA history and in everyone's heart. I hope that as we end this chapter of our lives, we're also ready to start a new one. I wish you all the best and congratulations to the class of 2018.
I have the honor y tengo el honor to call up the next speaker. I admire all of our students, but I admire this student specifically. Yo admiro a este muchacho específicamente porque él se mudó para Homestead y no tenía que tener la opción para seguir en nuestro colegio. Pero sus padres se sacrifican, que están aquí mismo delante de mí. Y él se levanta todos los días con su mamá a las 4 de la madrugada para venir a nuestro colegio. Without further ado, the farewell speech will be from Dayron Moses, President of Class of 2018.
Anyways, before I start, before I start,
I'd like to say thank you to 3 people in specific. My godmother, there's so many pictures being taken right now. My godmother, my godfather, for all the sacrifices they've made. They taught me everything I know, from writing to how to respect women, everything. And there's nothing, I don't want to cry. But thank you so much. And, Mommy, te quiero. Gracias por todos los sacrificios que han hecho. And I'm really hungry. I forgot to say good morning. Good morning. I want everyone to look at the people around me, more specifically my classmates. Soak in this moment. Look into 2018. Try to look at your parents. Just soak in. I'm being for real. Just soak it in. I see everybody's so tense right now. So like soak it in. Like just live in the moment. Because this is probably the last time we're all going to be in the same room together. A wise man once said, I stole that one. The truth is, you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Can I give the microphone? The truth is, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Life is a crazy ride. Thank you, I'm a lot shorter than the microphone. The truth is, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Life is a crazy ride and nothing is guaranteed. That, of course, was said by a great motivational speaker by the name of Eminem. Coming to the school took a lot of dedication. On our many long rides from Homestead to Hialeah, yes, from all the way in Homestead, I had the opportunity of having many thought-provoking conversations with my mother. And thanks to those conversations, it led me to taking more risks. One of them being running for senior class president. You know, the day you're elected senior class president is a day full of emotion. You walk down the hall and practically the entire school starts to congratulate you. And as you can imagine, it feels pretty good. You go home with your chin a little higher, wake up a little happier the next day, have your first meetings with the class board, and if you're like me, get caught with no belt, undershirt, and earrings by 5th period and have to serve a detention the next day. If we're looking at it on paper, I am one of the least qualified individuals to be speaking to you today. My GPA is just below a 3.0. I have never taken any total Roman classes, and I am the most average student out of a group of average students. Thank you. Making it increasingly difficult to present the classic speech about writing our final page in our 4-year story. I like to think that the reason I was elected senior class president was because of exactly what I said I was. I am the most average student out of a group of average students. To some of you, that statement may confuse you, but to others, it's relief. I've had the opportunity to accomplish a lot throughout high school, and had a lot of fun doing it. Nevertheless, without the people in charge letting me blossom into the person I am today, I wouldn't be able to say I've accomplished anything. I am the product of what a C student can accomplish when not defined by his grade point average. I am blessed that people like Ms. Pius took chances with my ideas and gave me the platform to not only challenge myself creatively, but give me the opportunity to see life through a different perspective. However, most high school students don't ever get that chance. Which leads me to my first question. What does it mean to be a high school graduate in the year 2018? In the year 2018, we live in a world I call the world of contradictions. For example, if money isn't everything, then why must I always explain why I wouldn't mind being a teacher despite the unfair wage? It's the inevitable cycle of the uninspired student that, believe it or not, even reaches our most academically inclined. It keeps them from following their dreams, or at least trying, because they bought into the notion that they were unrealistic or unattainable. The mentality of paycheck over passion is what I've seen turn bright young minds into shells of what they could have been. But it doesn't have to be like that. Being a part of the class of 2018 alone is historic. Some of us are the first graduates to be born in the millennium, giving us what I feel is even more purpose to change and be the change we so desperately need in this world. But how do we start? We work together. Just as we work together to save each other from getting yelled at by Rivero, we need to work together. My arch nemesis. We need to work together to be the change we want to see. As connected as we are through social media, it feels as if we've never been more divided. Instead of trying to listen and understand each other, every conversation with another person feels as if there needs to be someone right or wrong. It's no longer about understanding, it's about winning. Whether you're an A student, B student, or your average C student, we must stop making assumptions based on what someone lacks and start appreciating each other for our strengths. Because all it takes is one person to believe in you enough to realize you're not just average and your dreams do have merit. As we all go down our individual paths, and the memories of turning into electromobile gazebo become distant ones. Setting the precedent for a better future shall be accomplished when all of us follow our passions, believe in each other, and make judgment a thing of the past. If not for ourselves, then for future graduating classes that have yet to take their first steps. I want to end this speech with a quote, and don't finish it. This is something I just added to. Don't finish it. It wasn't nothing like the first time she was in my math class. Long hair, brown skin, and always pressing the turbo button. Thank you so much.
How do I follow that? Well, we have a perfect person to follow. With a special address to the class of 2018, please welcome State Representative Manny Diaz, Jr.
So, that was a nice statement, but following Dayron is going to be difficult, because I will tell you one thing about his speech, and embodied the spirit of the school, and what Mayor Urbina described in the vision, as to the grit and character that you saw in that speech from Dayron. And what he does every day for the school, and his parents, and the commitment to his community. Thank you very much. Great job, Dayron. Very difficult to follow you. Congratulations, Principal Alvarez, on the 10 years. It is quite an achievement. The mayor and the city council for their support. And Mayor Urbina, as you outlined your vision, thank you for being bold and deciding to take upon that when it was not a popular thing to do. The teachers and the staff, thank you very much for the work that you've done for this class. And thank you for having me here to speak to this class. Congratulations to the parents. I know it's been 13 years to get to this point, and it's just another milestone. And believe me, I have a 20-year-old. You're nowhere near being done. Congratulations to the class of 2018 for all your achievements and for your individual achievements. And I want to share some short thoughts because Council President Vivian Casal-Munoz pointed out to me that in my portion it doesn't say speakers, multiple speakers. Just one, so I have to be brief. But I'm the only thing standing between you and your diplomas, so I want to make sure I make this brief and I make it count. Number one, there's three things I want you to leave here with that I want to impart on you. Number one, opportunity. You live in the greatest country on the face of this planet. And I believe that your school in the greatest city on the face of this planet. Maybe I'm biased because I was born and raised there. But it is all about opportunity. There is nothing that is guaranteed to you. There is nothing that is granted to you. There is nothing that you are born deserving other than opportunity. And you are being given a ticket to that opportunity right now as you cross this stage from this fantastic, incredible, special institution. Take advantage of that opportunity. They say that luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And you're going to have that. But make no mistake, as you've been told before, there's going to be a bumpy road. There's going to be doors that are going to be open for you because of what you've done. There's going to be doors that are going to be closed. And there's going to be doors you're just going to have to knock down. Number two, think big. Latin proverb says that fortune favors the bold. You're going to go through life and you're going to work hard and you're going to have to do these things anyway. Instead of just going along and being part of just the herd, think big. If you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly bear. If you're going to be an auto technician, be the best auto technician on the face of the earth. If you're going to be an architect, design the best buildings in the world. No matter what you do, think big and think bold. And don't ever let anyone tell you that you cannot do something. And the final item also goes along with the fact of why I have to keep my speech short. This is time. Remember, you have a limited time on this earth, and you are just beginning your adult life. Don't let the little moments pass without paying attention. Spend that extra time with your family. Hug your loved ones. Tell them that you love them. Pay attention to the little things. Give yourself time for your own things, whether it be a hobby or sports or reading, whatever is important to you. And spend the proper time dedicated to whatever you choose to pursue. Because at the end of life, when you are sitting there at your old age, you're going to look back, and the worst thing that you can do is regret what you did with your time. And I will leave you with a quote from somebody that your generation actually recognizes, who's had a huge impact on the world. That's Steve Jobs. And with all of the wealth and all the resources that Steve Jobs had in his life, his quote was, "My favorite things in life don't cost any money. It's really clear that the most precious resource we have is time." And so class of 2018, I would say farewell, but I will say instead, see you later, because I look forward to big things from you. Make the most of your opportunity, think big, and spend your time wisely. Congratulations, class of 2018.
At this time, we would like to introduce the Fire Academy instructors. A very special presentation.
First of all, congratulations, family, moms and dads, abuelas, abuelitas. This is a big day for you. Congratulations to you. And of course, to the class of 2018. Wonderful, wonderful group of young men and women. I have no doubt that you will be successful. I can guarantee you that. I have no doubt. Thank you. I'd like to introduce my instructors, firefighter Albert Martinez, Lieutenant Mike Benjamin, Engineer Marshall St. Gerard, he's the lady's favorite, can't help it, and also Captain Dave Rodriguez. We have about 10 other instructors who couldn't be here because, you know, they're on shift and they have to go to work. So, just a quick story, just, you know, I don't want to take too much of your time. The other day, on my truck, I had a former student who I actually taught years ago at HEA, graduated, I taught at Miami-Dade College, and the other day he was riding on my truck. So the program that we put together, it actually is successful, it cannot fail. We give these kids all the tools in the world. It's up to you guys, class of 2018, you take those tools and use them the right way, and there's no way you can fail. So congratulations. I'd like to now call up a couple of students from my Fire Academy class who want to present something to City of Hialeah firefighters. Brenda Medeiros. I didn't know she was such a good singer. Wow. And Michael Vallejo, our class leader. Kevin Hernandez, where are you? Kevin? Come on up here. This is my little side thing. It's a lot of fun. You know, we spend a lot of time together because the actual classroom where we teach them is inside the fire station that I'm working. So the 24 hours that I'm away from home, I spend pretty much most of my life inside that station. And these kids are almost like my kids, you know, so this is a big deal for me. I hate to see them go, but sometimes you gotta let the little birds, you know, spread their wings and fly. So congratulations, they have a few statements to say. Come on.
Good morning, friends and family. Thank you all for being here today on this special occasion. On behalf of 2018 Fire Academy class of HEA, I would like to thank our fire instructors and all the firefighters at Fire Station 7 for their support and guidance. They have provided us with mentorship and support that I am sure will help us in realizing our dreams of becoming future firefighters. The firefighters from the city of Hialeah are widely known to be the most respected and talented in the state. Their loyalty to the profession is unmatched, and we look forward to continuing learning from them as we pursue our goals. In appreciation for their dedication, we are presenting them with a gift for all of their great deeds. Thank you so much.
Real quick, just to add, I have to give a special thanks to Chief Patrick Flynn for being such a big supporter of the school. Also, Training Chief Scott Disbrow, who's my sidekick over there. We're actually moving to actually progress this program to be even bigger and better. So thank you guys for all your support over the years, and I look forward to continue working with you guys.
Now the Police Academy instructors will address the class of 2018.
Well, I'm a little taller, just a little bit. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so happy to be here on such a joyous occasion and to be here with the graduates of HEA. My name is Orlando Mesa, and I am the director of the Criminal Justice Academy. The Criminal Justice Academy was, like they were saying, is an experiment. But that experiment is finally working, and later on I will explain how that is working. But first I'd like to introduce the people that I work with, the other instructors that I couldn't accomplish, or we couldn't accomplish at the Criminal Justice Academy, what we have accomplished without them. So at this time, I'd like to have them come up here, please. We have Lieutenant Mike Rosengaus, Sergeant Julie Fernandez, and just retired Sergeant Felix Delgado. The students that are up here, that are part of the PSA program, go through a rigorous program from the beginning of the year. Through the Miami-Dade College School of Public Safety, they have the opportunity to get a certificate as a PSA. So that means that once they leave here, they have a certification that will let them be available to become employed in basically putting a foot in the door into their law enforcement career. At this time, I'd like to bring up those three students. Lourdes Silvera. These are our certified PSAs. And now, Lourdes would like to say a few words.
Good morning, class of 2018. Good morning, officials. Good morning, staff and class members. I would like to take this moment to thank Sergeant Armando Mesa, Sergeant Felix Vidal, and Sergeant Julie Fernandez. The instructors have been a role model and have taken the time to mold us and leave an imprint in every single one of us throughout years in this academy. They have contributed and grown our readiness to attack life and its obstacles. In addition, I would like to thank Mr. Alvarez, Mrs. Iglesias, and Dr. Puente Campos for showing support and helping the PSA class excel in their challenges every year. PSA 5. On. Please, guys, this is for you. These individuals, stay up, please. These individuals is not a lot of them, as you can see. They have put 100% every time we ask them for something and to give their 100%. They give their best every time and they never give up on me when I want to give up on myself, and I've been their commander, and I'm proud to say I've been their commander since 2014. I've seen them grow just like I've grown, so yeah. Lastly, you guys can sit up. Thank you. Lastly, I would like for class of 2018 to rise along with everyone else for a moment of silence for those parents who are not here to see their kids graduate, for the students who lost their life to try school shootings, and for those in the line of duty now watching over us. Carlos and Destiny, your parents are super proud to see you graduate. Now, I want to silence for all of those. You may be seated. Thank you. Class of 2018, we made it. One more thing before I turn this over to Ms. Carvajal. Like I said, this experiment, this beautiful experiment, is working and will work forever. Right now, there are 13 former alumni that are working either in the city of Hialeah, throughout Dade County, or Broward. That's an experiment that works. Thank you so much.